we're live.
All right, we are live. We do have a guest coming in, but they're running a little late. So, please be patient with us. Yeah, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. When you go live, things run haywire, and it happens every single time. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I wouldn't say every single time, but a little
Not
bit.
Every single time, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's how it goes. And but welcome to the best experience. Your co-host, the Angry Dad, and with your main host, Nick Best. Thank you guys for joining. Never heard. Thank you guys for joining us. And we always like to go right into new members. So we have some new members, and when you join our Patreon, you actually, we'll read new members. When we have new members that join our free community, I will read those names, but Nick will always read our tiered members. So, it's just how it goes. And then also too, being a part of the Patreon, you get, and part of the live stream, you guys get to actually interact, throw in your comments, but we also answer fan questions in the Patreon. You can ask your question, and if it's a good one, we'll grab it down and answer it.
You should start answering some of the bad ones too, just for fun.
Yeah, we could always do that too. But for some of our new members, first member D911, or I'll start again. D911747706. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it.
Very much so.
ARDATHAGG. Yeah. Or QU. Yeah. Q. Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much. Georgie39, thank you for making that easy on me. Thank you for joining. Next one right here, 4984858860. Thank you for joining. 6-1. We appreciate it. 6-1. A lot of these we're reading, they're from emails because we can't. I hate, but I can't read the characters. So
right, it's okay.
And then I got
glasses.
Rohal. Yes, we got Rohal Kumar. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining part of our free community. With the free community, you get an update and you get notified when the podcast comes out for the free version. You know what I'm saying? For the those who are joining the Patreon, you get a notification when these live streams start. So thank you for joining us right now, everyone out there watching. Nick, you want to talk about a couple of topics, or let's jump right into questions? Because I was going to say let's jump into topics. So let's knock these questions out.
All right. We got a lot to talk about today. Just so that you guys know, there's stuff about Thor's deadlift. There's stuff about McGregor, and his knee and what happened with the fight. And then we got a guest coming on that's putting on some strongman contests. One's this weekend here in Las Vegas. So if you're in town this weekend and want to see a strongman contest, you'll get the stuff on that, on where to go. I'll be judging a little bit as much as I can before I get tired, before my hip had enough or whatever. But we'll see how that goes. So question number one, dear Nick, we're wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you. And we're hoping you'll be able to move around freely again soon. It's a little better every day. Like a lot better. I got rid of the walker altogether.
Ronnie's just joining us. I'm gonna let him in now.
Sweet. Yeah, go ahead.
I know.
All right.
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on?
All right.
We're just reading questions right now, and then we'll get to introducing you, Ronnie.
Yes.
So, are there any ways to? Let's see here. I'm hoping for you. Are there any ways to prevent stroke? Well, blood pressure is a pretty good way to avoid stroke. But just good, clean diet, stuff like that. Just being smart will help.
Exercise.
Exercise. I'm not a doctor.
Had a stroke. Yeah.
I'm not a doctor
had a stroke before, so
yeah.
Well, we're not medical professionals, but I will throw out a little bit for it. Diet and exercise is the main thing about this, and also too, if you're predisposition, you can prevent it by asking the questions before it happens.
Yeah, true, with your doc and stuff like that. And then it's the answers are going to be very similar. Good, solid diet. And that means learning how to cook your food, your own food.
Yeah.
Quit buying processed food, that type of stuff.
Yes.
I noticed there was a big thing out like with Congress. And so a bunch of people were complaining that all the fast food industries are businesses are starting to suffer, and the economy is really bad. I go, or people are learning how to cook, and they're starting to eat. They're starting to not eat the shit food that the fast food restaurants serve.
Exactly.
So
process is bad.
Could be that.
Always remember that as much as possible.
So it's going to be the diet, the exercise, and things like that will help with that. If you feel like you're having one, get there immediately. They have clot busters and stuff like that.
Yes,
that can almost limit your side effects from that down to nothing. So the moment you feel something's off like that, get to the hospital.
Yes,
and,
do not
and
play
they'll
around.
take care of you with that. All right, question 2. Nick, you've always been known as one of the hardest workers in Strongman. Was there ever a period where you intentionally backed off your training and let your body recover? Oh, yes, there was. And did that actually make you a better athlete in the wrong one? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. Overtraining will make you a horrible athlete. You can have the work ethic. Like in Strongman, a lot of these guys, a lot of us have the ability to push our bodies beyond what is normal and push our bodies to the point of breaking. Now, that's a great thing. You're able to push yourself that far, but it's not a smart thing to do that all the time. You do that when you need to, not in your weekly training, not in your everyday stuff. You push hard, but you don't go over that line in training. And yeah, there's times where you start feeling run down, you start feeling beaten up. If you feel beat up before you go to work out, that's a pretty good signal. You should probably take a day off. You can't do that competition week. And then sometimes when you're training for things like World's Strongest Man or some of the other shows, and it's a three-day contest where you're going 1, 2, 3, and then you had a couple days off, and then 2, 1, 2. You get used to training the 1, 2, 3, and then the 1, 2. And sometimes on that second and third day, you're feeling a little beat up. It's okay to back off the weights just a hair and still go put the work in. It doesn't have to be world class every time you go out. You just have to go put the work in, and then also get your numbers later when you're feeling better. Put the hammer down. When you're not feeling better, take it easy, but never really go after everything that you're trying to do in a contest in training. Always hold a little bit back. You don't want to go to absolute failure in training for a strongman contest, but you want to get close.
Has there already been any competitions that you've pulled back a little bit just to make sure that you're recovered for it?
Yeah. Like my first Worlds, I definitely pulled back a little bit to make sure, because I was going crazy getting ready for that thing. And then I was like, I noticed about 4 weeks out, I was like, ooh, I need to take it easy for a couple of weeks. And I took it easy for about a week and a half, and then I cranked it back up for a week, and then I had basically 2 weeks to recover and travel and stuff like that. And I hit on the head. I made the finals and finished 6th that year. So it was a good year. So it's just stuff like that where it makes a difference. But yeah, and there's a lot of powerlifting meets where I was pushing pretty darn hard, and I was like, all right, I'm starting to get overtrained, and I back off a little bit, and I ended up exceeding what I thought I was going to do in the contest anyway. So the biggest thing is learn how to read your body. If you don't know how to read your body, you're going to have problems with it, whatever sport you compete in, because there's times where you can push and there's times when you need to back off. And it's just knowing and being honest with yourself. This doesn't quite feel right. Are you just being a wuss, or is it really that bad? If you're just being a wuss, suck it up and get it done. If it's really that bad, take your time off, let it rest. That way you can come back and you don't get a serious injury. Because that's what serious injuries are what keep you from progressing the most over time. They really do. I mean, every time you get one, it's 3 to 6 months before you're back to normal. Lucas Hatton's going through that right now. He tore his bicep off. And you can see him. He's doing really well training and stuff like that, but he's starting to train around it. It's smart training, but he's doing the right thing. He's doing what needs to get done. And, but he pushed pretty hard for the last few years, and, things happen.
Yep.
It's part of the sport. And then it's the other part of the sport is healing, getting over it, coming back, and going right back at it. So, it's just how it is.
There we go.
All right. So we got through that.
Yes. Well, all right. Let's introduce our guest.
Go ahead.
All right, Big Ronnie, thank you for joining us. This is Las Vegas Strong. All right. Yeah. Let me tell you right now, I've seen you around town, and we've met in passing, but I've never actually had an opportunity to like really introduce myself to you. But thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, Ron. So now you got 2 contests coming up this year, still to go, right? One is Saturday.
This year, yes, 2 contests. That's right.
So one is this Saturday. Where's that at? And what time is it?
Yeah, we have Las Vegas Strength Olympics happening this coming Saturday at the UFC Fit Centennial gym. We have around 20 to 25 athletes competing in this show for the 2nd year in a row.
So if you're in Las Vegas, that's near Ann and Centennial, by the way, if you're in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay,
yes. So then we have the next one in November 7th. Yeah, Las Vegas Strength Games.
Yep.
Yes.
And then where's that going to be at?
Same thing. It's going to be it's to be determined, but yeah, it might be at UFC as well, because of it's a big location, and we have more strongman equipment there. It's easy for us to move the weights around and stuff like that.
Physically, it's a lot less challenging. It's easier on the promoters.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Which is always a good thing.
Than the expo, you got to bring all the equipment and bring them back and set up and break down and
Yeah. And by the end of the day, you're just absolutely wrecked. Whereas when you're at the gym, just load the stuff back in the gym. A couple of the guys come with their trucks and pick up a couple of pieces of equipment that you needed help with here and there, and then you're all done.
Yes, exactly. As soon as the competition is done, we have one hour work and we're done.
Yeah. That's better than 5-6 hours of work still to go, and your body's already aching because you've been moving the equipment for a day and a half, 2 days already. So
exactly.
So what are the events this Saturday coming up?
Yeah, so this Saturday we get to start with a max deadlift. I love max deadlift. I think it's a good test of strength. And then we have log lift, clean and press. And then we have a farmer's hold for time. And then we have yoke carry, head-to-head yoke carry, 50 feet. And then we're going to finish with last man standing Atlas stones over bar.
Okay. Stone over bar. That's a good one, because that one
head to head.
Yeah, that one can make you tired.
Yes.
It's like, oh God, he did another one. I got to do another one. He did another one. I got to do another one. So, that's cool. So, what are the weights? Max deadlift is obvious. So, how many different weight classes do you have?
I believe I have 7. I think, I believe. We have like a little bit. We have heavyweight men division, and we have heavyweight women's division, and we have middleweights, lightweights, and we have 50 masters, 40 plus, 50 plus, and 60 plus.
60 plus. Ooh.
I have a guy actually. He's a veteran. He's 69. He's competing here, first time ever. He's a novice actually.
That's awesome. That'll be really cool.
Yeah. So very, very nice.
Now, what are the weights going to be for the heavyweights? Because that's going to be pretty cool.
For the log lift, for the deadlift, they have actually obviously 3 attempts.
Yeah, it's going to be with 3 attempts.
Log lift for the heavy women's division, I think that we have 6 or 7 athletes in the heavy women's division. The log lift, it's 285 for reps.
Okay.
And then farmers hold, I think they have 290 each hand.
Okay.
For max time. And then for yoke carries, they have 800 pounds, 50 feet, 25 down and 25 back.
Okay.
And then stones, they have 30.
Okay, for reps.
Yes.
All right. That'll be cool. And then the other weight classes will have weights that are adjusted to them as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. So that'll be fun to watch. That'll be fun to watch.
I always try to put fun events to watch. I believe I love strongman. Classic strongman event. I really love that. So basics.
Awesome.
So Ronnie, tell us, how did you get started in strongman, and what got you started in Las Vegas doing all of this, the promotion?
Yeah, I mean, I started in France. I lived, I born, and raised in North Africa. I'm actually from Algeria, and then I moved in France. Yeah, and then I moved in France, and then I started doing the powerlifting and strongman. But doing the strongman, I trained in the commercial gyms. I competed in France many times. I won, shows in France, and then I moved in. I come to United States to compete sometimes, and I remember in 2015 I competed in a powerlifting show here in Westgate Casino, and I fell in love of Vegas, and I moved here. I moved here in 2019.
That's cool.
And then here there's more opportunities, more equipment in Europe. Really, especially in France, in Paris, there is absolutely no strongman gym. So I trained just in commercial gyms, and I never lifted stones, and I just trained like a power lifter, but I compete as a strongman. And since I moved here, that's where like I really focused more on strongman, like a full time, I would say, a strongman.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just the love of the sport.
Yes. I love this sport, and I've been doing it now almost 20 years. Been doing the sport, since I joined the sport, strength community. And then I fell in love in strongman, and I always want to be a promoter. Last year actually was one of my best year in my career. I won America's Strongest Master. Actually, I'm still the current America's Strongest Master.
That's awesome.
And then I won Arnold Columbus, Ohio last year, 2 Masters. And then OSG, actually, obviously you were there, Nick. You were my judge actually there. I finished the 5th place at the World's Strongest Man Masters, behind obviously the legend himself, JF Caron and Dimitar Saventinov, and so it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was a good year last year. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good year. That was a fun contest. It really was to judge.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I felt bad sometimes but I was consistent with everybody. I think I made 2 mistakes out of 400 and something athletes. I think I probably botched 2 calls, and the rest of it I'm strict but fair.
Yes.
So.
No, I think you were very, very good on judging, Nick. I think you did a good job. I mean, I had friends around, and they're all happy about your judging.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy to judge 400 people.
No.
So it's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah, it is. But I get to do a little bit this Saturday too, right?
Yes. I'm very, very happy. That you're gonna do the judging this Saturday, because I don't really have somebody who has experience this time to do the judging for me. So, I'm glad we're doing the judging. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
We'll make sure everybody knows what the rules are before we're going. It's like, hey, these are the rules, and I'm telling you, if you don't do these, you ain't gonna get it. If your knees aren't locked and your shoulders aren't back, you're not getting it. This is not gonna get a deadlift. This is a deadlift, not this. This.
Yes, I love that.
So, because your hips aren't through. So your hips aren't through, and half the time your knees are bent when your hips aren't through. So it's not locked out. So
I love that. Yeah, very, very good. I'm excited for this Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Got a chauffeur.
Yes. I'm glad you're here. Jerry Pritchett is gonna be here as well.
I know.
Nice.
So Jerry will be there too. So that's gonna be good because so is Bubba's coming too?
Bubba is coming. He's competing. I think he's one of the. It's crazy to say he's 15 years old, but I think I was watching his training. I think he's the one to watch to win this show.
Oh yeah, he's for the teenage division. Yeah, look out. You could be 19, you ain't gonna touch that 15-year-old. Good luck.
Yes. But this time he's competing with the heavyweight division. He's not a teenager. He's competing with these guys, these big boys.
Oh, jeez.
He's
wild.
not doing a teenager or anything like that. He's competing with open heavyweight men's division.
Oh my God.
And he might win.
He might. I was looking to his lift the other day, and then I compare him to the other athletes that I have signed up, and I think he's definitely the one to watch in this show for sure. There's another one or two. I have Jordan is very strong. And then there's Austin, who's really strong. But yeah, I think Bubba, he have the chance to win the show for sure.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you get a chance to come out and watch this kid compete and do stuff, come do it now. Yes. That way you can walk up to him, get his autograph now. Because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, good luck. Good luck.
So
I mean, he's a good kid too, though. He can take it, he can give it. He's been around it, so he's not an egotistical kid. But when he gets to be where he's going to end up going, I mean, it's going to be, it'll be like Eddie walking around or Brian walking around.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to go anywhere or do anything. So you do go out a little bit, but you have a tendency to stay a little more.
Yeah, you have to be a little more reserved.
A little out of the line of sight.
Exactly.
When you're walking around, if that makes any sense. But
well, you know, he still has the goal of being the youngest world's strongest man.
Yeah, that's his goal.
You know, that's
it. I think he can do it. By the looks of him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's just getting better and better every time. So, I mean,
yeah.
He deadlifted. It's 15 years. He deadlifted 625.
Yeah. At 15.
At 15, he did 300 overhead press and axis peanut press.
Yeah.
15. This is
50, yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. I remember there was a kid here that used to train with me. He's an electrician in the town now. His name's Foster Parnell. And at 19, he was deadlifting 700 and a little over 725, and he did a 400-pound log.
Wow.
He was two-time teenage national strongman champion. So he was pretty. He was a hell of a talent. Huh?
Is he from here?
Yeah, he's from here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's from Las Vegas. He doesn't compete anymore. So at 19, he was having issues with his dad, and his dad owned an electrician company and stuff like that, and his dad would kind of mess with him a little bit and make life kind of hard on him when he didn't need to, and he's just like, I'm tired of it, and he went in the military. So he served in the military. He got out. He got his general contracting license for electrician in his early 20s, and now he has his own general contracting for electrician. He's his own general contractor. So he's doing good. He's doing really, really good. Smart kid. Smart kid.
Yeah.
But just kid was strong as a bull. Really was.
Yeah.
But you see people with the talent, and you can have all these people with this unbelievable amounts of talent, and they have the ability to reach the highest levels with it, but life comes up, they make other decisions, things are important that are not as important. So I mean, it's and there's no right, there's no wrong with that either. I mean, it's their life. You pick what you want to pick.
Yeah, but it's sometimes it's like how bad do you want it? Some people don't want it really bad. Like, it doesn't really matter what you got. If you want to win, like Jerry Pritchett, Bubba Pritchett, his son. I think this guy, nobody can stop him.
Oh no.
He loves everything about it.
Yep. He loves it and he wants it that bad. Yep.
Yes, because I had some athletes in the past year in Las Vegas. They're very gifted. Some people work hard, and some people they're gifted. But what I realized, over time is these people who are gifted, they don't really know. They have the strength already. Just need the discipline and consistency, but they don't have it. They quit.
What's the strength of mind?
Yes,
it's the strength of mind, and you can see that there's some very elite athletes that they get up there, they'll be at world's strongest man, they'll have one bad event and they're in the tank.
Yes,
they're in the tank, and there's no fighting coming back, there's no focus, having a short-term memory and forgetting about having a bad event and then going back after the next one full bore, focus, concentrate, everything, not just I have to win this one, but I have to execute this one.
Yeah.
And you could still see it at the elite level, and you see guys do that. You'll see guys just have a bad contest, fall apart, and you're just like, what the hell are you doing? And then you see them keep it together, and they win the whole damn thing. So it's kind of neat to see that. It's like, oh, I can do it. It's like, yeah, we've been telling you this for a while now. But goes right back into those habits. So it's kind of like, it's just one of those things with the mental toughness and the mental discipline is every bit as much as important as the talent level. And I mean, you get somebody with a strong mental will and a strong mental discipline, they will, and they're really that focused on it, they'll outperform their talent. They'll more than outperform their talent. I've seen quite a few guys that have come up that are just mentally some of the toughest dudes you'll ever. Jason Bergman comes to mind, just one of the mentally toughest, or Scott Cummings. That guy, the mental toughness on both of those guys. If those guys were 6'5" and 380, no one would have ever beaten them. It would just be impossible. With the way they attack things, the way they went after things, and their mental drive and focus. Yeah. So anyway.
I really love people, just quit easy, like you give it all, I have a hard time with people, it's like an experience with athletes that I train, like sometimes, they do overtime for work, and they get tired, and they don't show up to train for whatever reason, that's where the discipline kicks in, I love people, no matter what, you show up to your train, especially if you have a competition.
Yeah, well, exactly. And the thing is motivation's like a rock that you skip on the pond. You skip it, it'll skip 2 or 3 times, and then it drops and sinks to the bottom. That's only going to carry you so far. It's the discipline. It's the mental discipline to go in and get the work in. You can have a bad day where you're tired and you're beat up from work and everything else. Go do your training. Just don't go as heavy. Get work in, get things done. Then by the end of that, you're going to feel good about everything. Your mental state will be even better. And even if you were close in the weights, you're 20% off. So what? You got the work in. Probably, I would say probably half my career was spent like that. I come into I get off work. I worked like 11 hours for the beer company. I moved like 10 pallets of beer and built like 8, 10 different displays. And I was just wrecked when I got to the gym. I would just go in and go, okay, this is what I have today. I'm going to do the best I can on my first event. I'm going to do the best I can in the second event. And then each event, I'm going to do the best I can at it. But what I have is what I have. And then I got the training in, and I ended up being fine anyway. So it all works out. But it's the discipline, it's the mental discipline to go in and get it done when you really don't feel like it.
Now, then I have a question, Nick. Tell me, what do you think about this? Like, I always tell athletes in the gym, like, if you want to be a strongman, go compete, have a competition as a goal, to motivate you to get better. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, you get experience when you compete. You also get to watch what other people do when you compete. So the biggest thing you can do, the best thing you can do, if you want to compete in powerlifting, strongman, anything, and you're at an amateur level in that, go compete. But when you're there, be there to have fun. Be there to learn. Watch what all the other athletes are doing, especially the good ones. The ones that you see that just nail an event and you're just like, wow, holy cow. Watch them warm up. Watch what they do. Watch their feet placements. Watch how they set their hands. Watch where they put the bar on their shoulders. Watch every intricate detail, how they adjust their belt. Watch every little thing that they're doing before they go, so that you can learn and be like, okay, I'm going to try this. And if it works, cool. You just got to see something just by observing. If it doesn't work, you can probably figure out why it didn't work for you and be like, okay, well, that's not going to work for me, but I can adjust this part of the technique to work for me. And that's a big deal. That makes you learn from other people's experience. It's a good thing. So, and you go to contests, you watch, you learn, You go to other ones, you watch, you learn, and then you start developing your own stuff. And then, you know, you'll see stuff. You'll still learn things. You get to a contest, you have an event that you've never seen before, that nobody's ever seen before, and then everybody's got to figure out how to lift it on the fly. Well, the best thing to do isn't to start first lifting it. It's to wait for 5 or 6 or 7 other guys to try to lift it first and see how they did it. See what's successful, see what wasn't, and then go over and try to play with it a little bit and figure it out, and then go, okay, I got it, and then go salute the event when you come. I did that in Africa, at the first World's Strongest Man that I did. We had that Africa stone that's made out of steel. Why it's called an Africa stone, I have no idea. But it's a piece of steel. It's shaped like Africa. It was 385. We had to pick it up off the ground. Nobody could figure out how to pick it up off the ground. And I'm like sitting there and I watch Louis go and I watch Laws go and I watch Sadrunas go. And I'm like sitting there looking at it. And then it just occurred to me, over, under, pick it up like a deadlift, try to get it up to chest height, and then push my knees together and drop the Africa part between my legs. Wrap my arms around, lock my fingers, and stand up with it. And it was locked. I took 3 steps with it, went, and it just dropped it. And then the second closest person to me in the whole competition was 17 meters behind. That's out of all the heats that did it. I beat the second best person in the whole show with that one by 17 meters that day.
I still watch it sometimes. You know, it's very impressive.
It's pretty cool, but that's just by figuring it out on the spot. And you have to have the ability to do that. And you'll see a lot of guys talking about, well, your training should be exactly the same as the contest, and it should be this, and it should be that. Look, you have to adapt on competition day. Sometimes the equipment breaks, and the guy's got to bring in a different piece of equipment. You got to figure that out. If you don't have the ability to figure things out on the fly, to be really strong because you're training really good, and then to figure it out on the fly and do the best you can on that event, you're probably in the wrong sport. You have to have that ability to do that. And it's just the ability to sit and think, how's this going to work for me? How can I lift this and do the best I can with it most effectively and efficiently without doing the least amount of damage on my body? You know, and still having stuff for the events that are after it. And that's what it's got to come down. That's what you have to be able to do on the fly. And I've done that in multiple shows where I just look at it. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this. Okay. Like you look at it and you figure it out and you're like, all right, I'm going, here we go. Boom. Like there's power stairs in Canada, and they're 19 inches in Warwick. It's the North American now. But back then it was called Warwick, and it became the Arnold and a bunch of other stuff up there. It's an amazing show. If you ever get the opportunity to do that show, you got to do that show. It's the fans are great. The show's amazing. But it's a brutal show. I think it's like 10 events in 2 days.
If Jeff Caron invites me, I will do it, Nick.
Yeah,
Jeff, listen.
Jeff Caron.
Listen, hey, we're throwing it out there.
Yeah, Jeff Caron and those guys that are up there. It's because he's got a great crew up there. That's just amazing.
This year the lineup, I think he had one of the best lineup ever, if not the best lineup ever.
Yeah, there's been some pretty good ones over the years that have been up there. I mean, there really has. So he's got a great lineup this year. That's gonna be a fun show to watch. I hope they live stream. But yeah, you go up there and you got stuff that you've never seen before, and you're like, oh, how am I going to put an Atlas stone on a ring this big? It's 6 feet tall. You know, but you figure it out. The truck pull. I
love truck pull.
They do 2 different versions of it, and one is rope and harness, and you kind of go uphill. And the other one is arm over arm, and it kind of goes downhill.
Wow!
So you get whichever one you get, and it's rough. The yoke's like super wide. You cannot touch the uprights. So you're basically running with the squat bar on your shoulders, but a 4-inch squat bar on your shoulders. So you got to figure that one out. And I figured that one out on the fly, and I was like gone. I think the next closest person to me was like 4 or 5 seconds away. So it's having the ability to figure it out and play with it a little bit and go, okay, this is what's going to work best for me, and then go out and execute. And you have to have that ability in the sport. Yeah. Yes. So, because we just got down the rabbit hole and I completely forgot where we started.
But hey, that's how these go. That's how these go. But if we want to pivot, we actually have a couple of topics that I wanted to cover because we just had 2 big events happen. They did the Enhanced Games Breakers, and Thor did attempt to do I think it was 511 kg. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to pull.
Well, he was pretty close. I think Thor's first 2 attempts. I don't know. Did you see what I saw, Ronnie? Because his first two attempts, it looked like the bar was in on his shins a little bit more, and he pulled straight up. And that last attempt, I think he got just a little hyped. And when he pulled it off, the bar wasn't quite at his shin when he went to pull it off the ground, and it was out in front of him a little bit. And he worked really hard to get that up past his knee. It was just out in front a little bit. And with that kind of weight, you get stuck in no man's land. And that's what he did.
To be perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That kind of weight.
I think he's going to get the 5'11", 5'15". I think that's not a problem. I think he needs to take a little break from it, though, for a little while.
Thank you. That is my point. That is what I'm going to say, because he had so many attempts this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he's talking, I've never done so many deadlifts in my life and stuff like that when he's talking about the show. And guys, that takes a toll on you. You hit that. You hit that type of a maximum lift. You need to probably not do a max deadlift from the floor that's probably more than 90% of what you can pull for at least 3 months, at least 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And then start working your way back up into, hitting your max if you have it in a contest.
Yeah. I mean, he's not getting young anymore, so definitely he needs more recovery, especially hitting this big weights and stuff. I think
he's not that old.
Well,
he's not that old.
No.
Well, maybe compared to Ronnie.
No, I am older than him.
He's older. You're masters.
I'm masters. Yeah. But when you're 38, hitting those 500 kilos, the recovery is completely different than when he was like he's 30 or on his 20.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think if he moves his training cycle just one more day. So if he's whatever rotation that he's on, if he moves it just one more day of rest in there, I think it'll be a game changer for him until he's about 45. And then at 45, with his size and his height, you really got to start looking at things, whether, how much longer you want to run this. There's not a whole lot of guys that are in their 60s that are 6'8".
Well, Brian's going through a full transformation now. How lean is he right now?
I think Thor, he knows how to pick really good when it comes to the deadlift. He's absolutely he knows really good how to pick very good. I just think he had a lot of attempts this year. He did this is the fourth one, Nick. I think he attempted 500 kilos. We're not counting the PRs in the gym. We're just talking about
and you got it should have been 6 months. They did the last one in May. You probably should have came back and did that in November. I think he probably would have got some good downtime, got some good rest, jumped into a couple contests here and there, and then peaked for it, and probably would have just smoked it.
And he's doing Giants Live too, Daily Jam.
I know.
Next 2 months.
I know.
Yeah, Thor, man.
That's it.
But
and then the other big event we had, and you guys being at the UFC event center for the gym, Conor McGregor at International Fight Week blew his knee out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and everyone's talking about conspiracies. Everyone, I've seen clips, videos, trims. Because like I said, I'm a huge big UFC fan. I follow day and night. I am all in. Yeah. And I'm listening to podcasts all day about of every event and every conspiracy theory. But I honestly think he walked in there with a pre-existing injury. Maybe it wasn't damaged. Maybe he wasn't fully hurt, but it might have been a sprain, a tweak, because he was walking a little gingerly. And also, too, that look on his face was not the intensity that we've seen from him. He almost had a look of worry.
Yeah, there's some of that, but I'm going to say this, and I mean this with all my heart.
Yeah.
This is why we have to ban AI. Plain and simple. Because you can doctor, alter, and do so much that you never know what to believe anymore. There is no common truth that's there anymore because, I saw it, I saw this, I saw that. So unless you're sitting there looking at it with your eyes in 100%. Person yourself, you cannot trust anything completely anymore. And that's kind of like why we should really start thinking about taking a look at not doing some of this stuff with AI as much, because it's just ruining the truth on everything everywhere. It really is. So because there's some video of him like being ginger on that leg when he was putting his mouthpiece in before the fight, but he's in the back warming up, bouncing all over the place, and it looked fine.
Well, here's the thing, and and even with, we're just talking injury, he could have had something that was so minor that it just, and also too, the way he jumped and the way he slipped. And for those who watched the fight, we've had multiple slips during that whole time. Something was up with the mat, even on too. Like, are
you guys losing me?
No, I can still see you, brother. But with Robert Whitaker, all right, let's see.
Hello,
Nick, can you guys hear me?
I hear you guys.
Okay, well, we'll keep going until Nick comes back in. But Robert Whitaker was rubbing the back of his foot, trying to make it moist, so he wasn't slipping during his fight. So I definitely think there was something up with the mat. You know what I'm saying? There could have definitely been, some kind of, because like I said, we had a lot of slippage, a lot of people tripping.
But it was after, the slippage was after when he was injured.
Yeah, the slippage was after his injured, but once he had landed, he planted in a way where typically there's a little bit of a slide, and that slide didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like he planted, and then maybe it was the momentum, because he did take a running leap, which that is his typical go-to, whereas he'll like we've seen that technique before, and I definitely think like he blew his ACL. We all know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's just hopefully he comes back in, and we'll find out what's going on. I don't think he's going to have a career after this. I definitely think UFC will let him go, because after this point he lost. There's no direction for him in that way.
Well, he just put a video that he's going to be back. But, what I think, Ben, is I think, sometimes when you get older, I mean, he's almost 38. I think his birthday is 38. So when he fought for the first time, Max Holloway, he did exactly the same, when he fought him 13 years ago. But sometimes our mind, stays, you think like you can't do the same thing that you've been doing 20 years ago,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he started now, I don't know why. I'm not a fighter, I'm not anything like that, just like a personal opinion. I think, that
you guys there?
It was so much.
We're here, brother.
Yeah, it was hyped so much, and he want to go for it. I think he has the same moving, the same techniques and stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes the body, just like Strongman, the body doesn't follow sometimes the way you want it.
Which is true. Which is true. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? You just can't recover. You're not growing. And, and what ends up happening is, your body just doesn't recover the way you used to. And also, too, Conor McGregor's had a huge layoff. Was it 6 years? And partying, doing drugs, everything documented, stress, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, sometimes that's just what happens.
Yes. I mean, it's a big disappointment for the spectators who actually, come all over the world to watch him, to watch his comeback. A lot of people spend a lot of money, to go and watch him, and have some times for a fight like that. It's very,
All right, you guys there?
Oh, we're here, brother. We're here. Can you hear us now?
I don't know what happened, but everything everything went. I have no idea why.
No, sometimes that happens, Nick. You know, and luckily for us, it's at the end of the show, so it's not too bad. Yeah. that's live streaming for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's live streaming.
That's it.
So,
we were just talking about the recovery of Conor McGregor and what's going on with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I feel bad for the athletes. You don't want to end it out like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype behind it. There's a lot of build up. There's a lot of work behind the scene. For that kind of type of fight. And unfortunately, less than 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, it was the most craziest thing is, and I'll just talk about the ending of it, is by the time they announced it, that arena was empty. It was to the ceiling. The ceiling. Wow. And I've never seen that arena emptied out so fast.
It was quick.
Yeah, I've never, ever seen it emptied out that fast. And it was the most amazing. I was like, where did everybody go?
Yeah, they went out to T-Mobile.
Yeah, exactly.
Out in the front.
I mean, I was watching online. I was so excited to watch it, and then I was ready to go. The co-main events,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was great, but for me, still like it was fast. I would have seen 3-4 rounds.
Exactly.
Exactly. The main event, so it was okay. I was hoping for the main event to be more entertaining, more.
Yep.
I think we all were.
Yeah. And like I said, it was a great card until the main event, and I was like, oh, man. Yeah. But I'm a huge Max Holloway fan, and to see him win without taking any damage, I'm like, guess what? That gives an opportunity for him to fight again, because I would like him to get the BMF belt back again. You know what I'm saying? Max Holloway's had a lot of ups and downs, and he's actually lost many positions where he would never get a title fight again. But then to see him back in the mix the way he is right now, God, you just I love it. I love it. Max Holloway.
I mean, just like Justin Gage, nobody.
Yeah.
I was thinking his thought. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
He showed the world about he's the king.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm a big UFC fan too. I watch all.
Oh yeah, same here. I sit down and it's when you
fun to watch.
Exactly. And I'm an early prelim guy too. I'm watching from usually 1 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. All right.
It was a good fight
Ronnie,
this Saturday as well.
Oh yeah, no, there's a couple of good cards. They're good. The Sacramento card, because I'm in the Bay Area and Sacramento's getting ready to have it. I wanted to go to the card to see the RoboCop fight, but I looked up the tickets, $350 for touching the ceiling, and I was like, that's just a little bit out of my price range.
No, there's Usman Kamaru with Dricus Duplessis in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah. My son wanted me to go take him to that one. I told him we're not traveling because in Sacramento in California, that's when the RoboCop card was happening, and that's what I wanted to go see. But like I said, at $350 a ticket, I was like, and to touch the ceiling, I'm good. I'm good.
No. Better than
Oh yeah. Ronnie, well, hey, I wanted to say thank you for joining us and having this great conversation, and let people know where to find you and where to get in contact with you for Strongman and events.
My Instagram is strong bro Big Ronnie. You can text me anytime. They always, people when they DM me, I'm very expensive, and competition. I have so many shows here in Vegas. Next one is Las Vegas Strength Olympics. In Instagram. Check us out. We have Las Vegas Strength Games coming up in November 7th. And then we have Las Vegas Strength Classic January 30th, and then the Pro M1 is coming up in May. So we're still working on that one.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, it's
good stuff.
Thank you guys for having me. It's fun. I love talking about football. I love sharing,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, you know. And I would say anytime, guys. Anytime. I love this guy.
All right.
Love this
Oh
guy.
yes.
We'll hold you to that, Ronnie.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I love Strongman. I love UFC. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Well, that was a great show. Sorry I had technical difficulties for a little bit, but thank you so much, Ronnie, for everything. And I'll be looking forward to judging the contest on Saturday. And we'll see you soon. And to everybody out there, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Please like, share, and subscribe for everybody on the podcast. So thank you very much.